guys hear me? Let me know. Before I continue. We have a lot of interesting things today. A lot of interesting things in the forecast. Listening to Deltarune Peak music. Yo, I recently heard this song, bro. I actually just got like addicted. Box, what's going on, dude? Okay, boom. Yeah. There's been a leak for people who've been paying attention. There's been a leak about Duskbloods, the game that's gonna feed all of us, me and you. We're going to get fed together. It got leaked. And I'll be covering it in a moment. Let me plug in my light. I'm trying a different lighting setup. Am I gonna try one? Before I lie, am I gonna try one? Or use my old one? This is old one, but it's very blinding. To me. Like, it looks good on camera, but like, to me, it's blinding. Yeah, like, to me, it's blinding. I won't lie. But, yeah, there's been a leak for Duskbloods, and the characters and descriptions have been translated from Japanese. And they've been translated to English. So, some wording might be a little strange, but the idea is that the information's out there. It's already floating around, it's already circulating, it's already percolating, all that nice stuff. And I'm here. Me and Marlo, we're here to talk about it, take advantage of it, and etc. It's gonna be great. Let me actually pull it up and wait for a little bit more people to enter before we actually start talking about it. But I guess for people who don't want to be spoiled, you know, this is your warning. All 2 people in the chat, if you do not want to be spoiled, this is your chance to leave. Or, like, you can leave for a bit and then, you know, come back. You know, don't leave forever. Like, I still need you to. You're still gonna hang out. Because at the end, I may do, like, some, like, Elden Ring, like, group PvP. So, like, that'd be nice. I want to do that in the arena, if possible. Quickly, though, I'm about to plug in a fan, so if stream just magically dies, assume that the voltage was too much for my breaker, well, not breaker, for, like, the unit to handle. Alright, hold on, give me a second. It's hot as shit. I need all the information. Well, you've come to the right place, Box. If I magically disconnect, you know why. Okay, we're gonna pray we don't disconnect, alright? Should be good. We should be good. Yeah, no, I didn't even get any time to make like a thumbnail today for this portion of the stream anyway. Like, bro, wait, actually, I could probably borrow one. Hold on. Let's look up.
Summer is back.
I could do something real quick for the thumbnail. Let's see. Oh shit. Yoink. But I'm curious though, what do you guys want to know? Because I have the network test, and I need for you guys to let me know what you want to know, so that way when I hop in the network test, we can do exactly like what we did with Night Rain, where we discover what the game has to hold. So again, you gotta let me know, dude. You guys can't leave me hanging, because otherwise I can't like answer the most important questions, you know? Wait, let me do this. Yeah, I've been so freaking busy making content, dude. I've been so like locked in on at least making shorts. I mean, like, that is the method right now. It's not patched. Don't think it'll ever be patched. So that's why I'm learning the game, because there is a meta to it, and if there's a meta, I will figure it out. I'm just fixing something right now, briefly. I've seen your shorts. The John Dark Souls one was funny. Fire. See, I just gotta keep making them, and then like eventually I'll get my flow of what, like, you know, works for me. What's my style? Because I'm experimenting, just like anybody else. I'll have to learn playable characters. Okay, well, you've come to the right stream. You've come to the right stream. I promise you. Because like, even though like the actual pictures of the characters, like, not all of them have been revealed yet, because, you know, like, this is still very, very early. The game isn't even out. Although apparently review, like, people who actually did get the game early, and who have review copies will be releasing them tomorrow. I don't know how much they're gonna share, but keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm just making this thumbnail like really quick, and then we're gonna start. My mouse is like jittering, bro. Oh, it might be because it's about to die. That makes sense. That would make sense. That would make quite a bit of it, actually. But I do have the network test. Jet, what's going on, dude? We are about to rank the characters based off of the leaked descriptions and my extensive PvP knowledge. Because this game is all PvP, literally. It is all PvP. Alright, we're on trip switch. So, like, it's gonna be great. I'm a very big believer in the Duskbloods, and I'm gonna talk about that very, very shortly. I just gotta get through this thumbnail that's haunting me, because I didn't get any time to make it, and I'm going to cry if I don't make it, because that means less reach. Less reach is actually bad for all of us. This is like a us problem. This is a us problem. But in the meantime, please let me know, like whatever questions you guys have. What questions do you have about Duskbloods? And I'm going to pin it. That's what the goat will do. The goat will pin it. Huge. Alright. Now, is this a bit of, it's not bait, because, like, I'm gonna disclaim, you know, these like, the game is not out yet. I'm I'm going solely off of descriptions. But from descriptions, we can do a lot of like inference as to how they're gonna play, and like their weapons and whatnot. We can look at the trailers, and we can really get to like analyze like what's going on, so that people have an idea going into the game of like what to expect. All right. Alrighty. That. We're doing this. We're doing a bit of LARPing. I live to LARP. I love to LARP. Bro, like, this game is literally coming out, well, like, we'll be able to play it literally, like, tomorrow. Well, yeah, like, tomorrow, I guess, morning for me. It's, like, really early morning for me. Really, like, early morning. So I'm gonna, like, go live the moment I get access to the game. This is quite extensive LARP for me, I must admit. Hold on. Okay, there's this. Thumbnail is done. Now I'm getting tier list maker. That way we can have some fun. This might be the choppiest thumbnail I've done in a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. This shit is kinda yikes. Kinda yikes. But I think that's okay. You know, like I think this shows a bit of character. Shows that I'm not, you know, perfectly spick and span and polished and whatnot, because I'm not, you know, like nobody is really. And then once you guys see this thumbnail and the levels I will go to make content, then we shall know. All right. Alright, I'm updating the stream now. Oh, I mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. Let's see, it's interesting that the characters' backstories are a lot more like, I'm assuming you want to say edgier than you'd think, just judging by the visual design. Now, it's very true, Carl, because, one thing I learned was that apparently this game has been in the making for like 8 years or so, which actually puts us around the timeline of like freshly off of Bloodborne. Well, not like freshly, but it was like what, 3 years after? So he's still in that headspace, I'd imagine, of like just, you know, bunch of evil shit. I don't know what that guy be thinking, Miyazaki. I talked to him yesterday. He was like, yeah, man, I was making the Dust Gloves. This shit was crazy. I'm like, yo, really? He was like, yeah, you know, I just be cooking up some evil stuff. I was like, word? So, yeah, you know. Yeah, that guy's a character for sure. He is a character. Okay, we just updated the thumbnail. This is this is a lot of LARP. All right. Okay, so we're gonna pull up the website now. Again, this is a leak. Leaks are subject to change. They can and most likely will change. And so don't be surprised if what I may say today, based off of the leaks given to us, may be slightly wrong, might be accurate, might be completely wrong and all scrapped. You just have to ask Marlo because he gave me the website link, so like I'm not really sure like where he got it from for real. Okay, here we go. Wait, okay, so this website is a little different from what I was looking at. This has a little more progress on it. Wait! I'm looking at a website right now? Genuinely, it's actually looking to be like a little more developed compared to the first video I saw about this. Wait, okay, so boom. Wait, guys. Okay, wait, okay. Wait, this actually got a whole lot better. Chat, wait, this actually got a whole lot better for us, me and you. So, this website I'm looking at, apparently these translations are a little more accurate. Let's see. Okay, wait, hold on. I actually have to lock in because, yeah, wait, this is actually kind of crazy. Hold on. So, this website, bbomb.com. Haven't heard of it before, honestly. They're making some claims. They also have a like Insider Gaming. Yeah. Okay. So these descriptions of the characters seem to be the same across all the websites I'm looking at. It's not so much like new info, but I think what this website did, again, off of a first glance, has matched up the names to characters we've seen in the trailer. That's the vibe I'm getting. So, from skimming, there's not anything necessarily new, but the pictures they paired up the descriptions with seem a lot more accurate. So I'm gonna share this with you guys. If you want to look at it yourself while I go through it. It's gonna be in the chat. The pictures they paired up the description. It may seem like a random website, but to be fair, from like looking at like this translation and like the original translation I was looking at from the Discord leak that happened, these seem to be about the same, just a little more like fluff added to it, you could say. But I'm gonna like disseminate what is actually important and like how that translates to ranking the characters, because again, we are ranking characters here. We're ranking them. All right, guys. So I have everything. In terms of pictures, I'm just grabbing pictures like really quick so you guys just have a little bit more to look at. This will be very crude. Yeah, cause they're saying that this guy's the guy with the blindfold on his head. Not blindfold. It was like a helmet thingy. His name is apparently Gillian. But yeah, you can check the website out. And I'm gonna talk about it. Literally, give me like maybe one more minute. Okay, it's 3. Isabel Candle Snuffer. Yeah, this character, I'm not gonna lie, just off the description, is seeming kind of broken. Seeming just a little broken. Hopefully I can have the text like next to me as I'm reading. I think I could probably pull that off. I could probably manage that. Okay, Marla, do not fret. We're almost done. Okay, huge. Oh, I didn't realize I was like scrolling and alright, alright, well, it's whatever. Okay. I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna put this on tier list maker. It's not going to tier list maker. Maybe they hate us. There we go. Huge. Okay, now we're gonna load up all the characters. I'm gonna go on the right side, shrink a little bit. We're gonna load up all the characters that we currently have so far. And again, this is all alleged, because the game is not out yet. We are simply going off of information presented to us. That again could just be completely false. So if I hear one person like, Wisdom, actually, you're wrong. The game's not out yet, so obviously. You know what I mean? Come on. Oh, okay, nice, it's there. Now, originally I was gonna like draw pictures for characters who didn't have them yet. Hold on. Okay, huge. See, B-Bomb is just making stuff up. They match up descriptions of the hub character and John. Wait, really? He's used twice? Jazz, is this real?
Shopping for your next car?
I'm not shopping for my next car. Shut up. Well, if that's the case, then I'm just gonna go to the original website that I looked at. Okay, here we go, here we go. I'm gonna read off of Fextra Life. I'm gonna read off of Fextra Life. Wait, they don't have the descriptions. Why? I don't know. Here, okay, so look. The original leak was in a Discord. That Discord is, I'm not in it, but this website seems to have everything from that leak on the Discord, which I'm gonna put into the chat. I'm not using B-Bomb anymore. I don't really like that. Like, as you're pointing it out, I was like, oh yeah, like, you're kind of right. Let's see. There we go. According to
shopping for your next car?
Oh my gosh.
What about third row seats?
Ads so much, bro. Hold on, let me Let me mute this really quick. Fextra, my goat fell off. Bro, they like updated their website and it's like a little weird now. I kind of like how it looked before. In my humblest parrot owning opinion. In my humble parrot owning opinion, I kind of liked how it looked before. I'm just lining this up so that it looks good. Apologies for the delay, guys. I am.
Shopping for your next car? What about third row?
Why do they play these insufferable ads that we all have to listen to? Yes, me and you. Alright. I think these are all the characters. I believe these are all the characters. You can see them all right here. We have some people like Walter. Not White, not Walter White. And what we're going to do is we're going to read off the website. And
Shopping for your next car? What about a sunroof?
I don't know why I keep doing this nonsense. Is there a way to just like mute this? Hold on. I'm being trolled, bro. I'm actually being trolled. Genuinely being trolled by this ad. How do I stop ads? I don't have ad blocker. Chat, I'm being cooked. Alright, well, whatever. We're just gonna take the L on that, I guess. Alright, so we are reading off of Insider Gaming to make this tier list, which this leak comes from by this person called Dark Soku, which is like a Japanese like website, like when I clicked on it, and then like they translated that, and now we're here. So I'm gonna bring up the website kind of like as I read, so you guys can like read along with me. Huge. All right. Huge. Alright, it's like the best I could do. This is like the best I can do for this right now. Alright. Okay, be appreciative, be happy. Let me turn off the music. Okay, you guys ready? You don't see Dark Right. You also don't see that. That's actually a facade. You don't see that right now. Just close your eyes. Alright, boom, there we go. Let me do that. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, there's been a leak of every character in Duskbloods and what they do allegedly. Now, of course, with all leaks, it's subject to change. You know, like Marlowe, he didn't make the leak, so that's why it's not, like, set in stone. So, with all the information we have currently, this was a leak by a user called Dark Soku, which was taken from this like Japanese website and has been translated into English. So we will be ranking all the characters solely based off of their description, using my extensive PvP knowledge I've been playing for the last 10 years, and I will do my best to try and make claims and wait, hold on. I don't know why I just went invisible. And try to make a claim for which characters I think will be strong for the network test and for when the game comes out. Alright? So if everything's making sense. Why is my shirt a little thingy? Alright. So, we have all these characters lined up, and the first one, John Duskblood himself, his name is Walter, apparently. This website will be linked in the description, but he is a blood eater, right? And the description says, the sole survivor of an extinct clan of rare blood hunters. He uses his extraordinary sense of smell to track the blind spots in others' pasts. Okay. He descended into madness after repeatedly licking the blood splatter from his sister, whom he killed himself, and still walks the line between life and death in search of pure blood. Alright. So, solely off of that and what we've seen in trailers, which I will throw the trailer up right now. I gotta throw this up right now, just so you guys can see. Just so you guys can see. So, this guy is using what appears to be like a rifle. Yep. So like, he has the whole like rifle and seems to be some kind of like curved sword type thing. So historically, we have known that curved swords in FromSoft games in particular, looking at Pontiff Knight curved sword, like is actually like low-key busted. It's never really been a bad weapon class, in all honesty. It has like very quick it's like attack speed, and with how at least how they work like in Elden Ring, we have things like the Shamshir being able to do serious results in tournaments. You know, things like tournaments that would happen like in Discords. The Shamshir is like arguably like one of the strongest weapons in Elden Ring, and it's because of the hitbox it has on like the back swing. So I don't know if they're using the same like engine obviously in this game, but it's safe to assume if they're approaching the curved swords with the same like methodology that they do in their other games, I think it's safe to assume that this guy Walter, his like blood licking, whatever he got going on, I could say he seems to be a solid like A tier pick from what we know so far off of the character descriptions. Now again, you know, nothing is set in stone, nothing is final, but just off of what we read right here, let me show you. Let's see. Don't you think it's way too early to make any kind of assumptions on the weapons? We are just looking at what the trailer presented us. You know, this is purely like for like speculation. And yeah, like I'm making like a lot of assumptions right now because like again, like the game's not out.
Shopping for your next car?
Shut up with this fucking shopping for my next. All right. Because the game's not out, you know, I think it would be fun to try and speculate like how these characters could operate and then see how it actually compares to like when the game or like when like the network test drops. So like that's the whole idea here. So like I'm thinking because like we also see him as well, like he fucking hell, because he's also using like a rifle. We do see that like later on. I don't know if there's any like weapon like specialties like how they have in Night Rain. Oh, this is in slow motion. Because it also seems like he has some sort of like grab attack. Holy lag. Yo, lock in. Yo, what is going on with this trailer, bro? Who was... Yo, what is going on with this trailer? Like, genuinely, what is going on with this trailer, bro? Using land, by the way. Using land, by the way, literally. Okay, I think it's smoothing out a little more here. Yes. So, bro, my trailer... wait, hold on. Let me try like another search browser. I don't know why my thing is actually just like really, really lagging right now. It's like they know. They know. Miyazaki's watching me right now, and he's currently slowing my internet down. Why is he doing that? I don't know. He was like, oh, yo, if you really want to talk about it, you know, like, it's cool or whatever. But, like, again, these are all speculations. All speculations. Has it gotten any better? No. Okay. We're actually, we're simply trolling right now. Okay. Let me pull up this browser and try and see. Hold on. Let's see. Now, speaking of lag and all that, do you think the network test will be initially playable, or will it suffer from the multitude of connectivity issues like Night Rain? So I actually did hear that Night Rain was really having a lot of like connection issues, and I don't like that. Only makes me worried because of the fact that this is on the Switch, so it's not like this is gonna be smooth at all or anything. like the chance for this to be laggy just goes up that much more, you know what I mean? Here we go. Okay, this should be a lot more smooth. I don't know what the hell is going on with the other one. Okay, here we go. So, from what we saw, we see this guy using some type of like rifle. So I don't know if they have any like weapon specialties like how we did in Night Rain, but if they do, depending on how good the rifle is, like we can use like Bloodborne as an example, with like the repeating pistol, like that combined with the wait, let me turn off subtitles. Oh, it's already off actually. Let me slow this down. Let's slow this down. Like, if we're combining that, like, I think this character could be kind of nice. I think he could be nice. I think. I have a thought. I have a thought that he could be nice. So, the next character that allegedly got leaked is the Guillotine. Let me switch over to that. Let me see. Yeah. So, the Guillotine.
Shopping for your next car?
Oh my gosh. This ad is gonna make me go crazy. Genuinely, this ad is gonna make me go crazy, bro. Okay, here we go. The Guillotine, right? So, this description reads, it's an execute... Wait, hold on. Let me make this a little smaller. Pajama Man, yes! It is Pajama Man. Okay, this reads an executioner of the Maris Bell Inquisition. He carries a massive iron guillotine blade on his back. Having been exposed to too much blood over the years, he has begun to mutate himself and now wanders in search of the blood of the beginning before his own head is severed. There's been a couple of different like websites claiming like who this guy is. I don't know if it's the person with like the helmet on their head, because from what it seems like, I think this is a different character. Just based on the description, it sounds more like they have this character, yeah, the Gazer of Flesh, Yuri. I think that's him. So I think who we read just now doesn't have a picture. So this, yeah, I'm not really sure. Like, we don't have a picture for this guy just yet because, again, like, this is a leak. It's extremely early, right? But from that description, if we're thinking again about like Night Rain and how they had character abilities, this sounds like, and hear me out, this sounds like this could be a Tranquil Walk of Peace situation. This sounds like this could be like Tranquil Walk of Peace. If you don't know how the spell works in Dark Souls, pretty much you cast this miracle, and anyone who's in like a radius of you, they can't run or roll. They get like a stagger animation. You know when you're like completely like over encumbered and you can't roll? That's what happens when they try to roll. So it could be a situation like that where when he activates his ability, you just can't move or do like your regular movement. That to me is what that sounds like for Mr. Pajama Man. Which I just realized I did not read. I read the other guy, the Execution. Him, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sounding like the Raider sort of archetype. We don't have a picture for him yet, but I think all Ultra Greatsword weapons generally have been pretty good across the games. We're looking at the Zweihander, looking at the Great Club. This guy's specialty seems to be this huge like iron guillotine, which is probably going to be some type of like great axe. But he has this like mutation thing about him. Now we don't know for sure, like exactly who he is, but if you guys remember, in the trailer, within the trailer, we had a guy transforming into a freaking T-Rex. That's right, a T-Rex. Let's see, where is that at? They had a guy doing some T-Rex thingy. It could even be that guy. We literally have no idea who it is. Yes. Yeah, right here. So, this guy transformed into a T-Rex. Now, it did say his flesh was like mutated, and we can kind of get like a small glimpse at his character before he transforms. Yeah. So like this could be anybody, right? But if this is the guy we just read, then we can assume he's gonna specialize in some great weapon because he has this like guillotine on his back. And if his like character ability is to transform briefly into literally a freaking dinosaur, then that can help to give him some movement and like mobility. I mean, he literally gets like a grab attack. And this whole animation right here is gonna have iframes most likely. So let's say you're being jumped on or like ganked, you pull out this move and like you grab a person, like you'll get like some like iframes. I don't know how much like damage this is gonna do, but I'd imagine a T-Rex grabbing me, probably not the best for your health. So assuming it's this guy, and he like specializes in some great axe because of like the guillotine, I think that's a pretty solid B tier. Great like weapons, especially like in Elden Ring, they got better because of the fact that they got access to a crouching attack, which is just a rolling attack, and so
Shopping
that gave
for your
them the
next car?
speed. Shut up.
What about third row seat?
So that gave them the speed they needed to try and compete with these quicker types of weapons. So if he gets this T-Rex form that can help patch up these weaknesses, I think B tier is pretty solid. See, I hope they make trailers like Night Rain, where every week shows off a different character. There's 12 of them, so maybe we'll get a showcase hopefully soon. There's actually 14 characters, allegedly, to this leak. So I think we're gonna get even more content than we expect, which I think is just going to be great. That's just going to be great. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Here we go. Holy peak. Yeah, I know, right, Ace? We are making, like, the most educated assumption we can based off of this description. Because right now we are reading character number 3, Foul Rot Veronica, a blind nun abandoned in the basement of a ruined cathedral. She inflicts self-harm to spread the grotesque blood blisters multiplying inside her body. The footprints she leaves behind instantly cause anything they touch to rot. Instantly cause anything they touch to rot. Now that's important because you might think that this procs, like, just assuming they have a Scarlet Rot equivalent in this game, you might think that this instantly causes rot, but it says cause anything that they touch to rot. So, like, rotting is a process. So we can assume that she's leaving behind some trail or something where if you walk behind her, you're gonna get rot affliction, which is equivalent to toxic. And that sounds just insane because that will allow this character to pretty much evade and, like, run away from people chasing her. And you can't exactly follow behind her because then you're gonna get toxic buildup. Let's see how many people can play in one match. According to them, it says 8. It says that there's 8-player lobbies. Like, when you go on the Switch 2 and, like, you read it in the store, it says that there's 8-player lobbies. So that's actually huge for us. That is huge for us. But yeah, she inflicts self-harm. Now, if we're thinking about something like the Bloodlust in Dark Souls 3 or Seppuku Ash of War in Elden Ring, we're probably going to have to hurt ourselves so that we can spread around this toxic. But if you get to do that to get the advent of getting to escape from whatever, like, engagement, or, like, even when you fight, just the ability to spread around, like, pools, or if you think of like the lava pools that Quelaag spews, just imagine that, but it's like poison or like toxic buildup, and the more you stay inside it, it builds up toxic. It doesn't say like anything about her like slowing people down who get caught in it, so we don't know that for sure. But just off of this description alone, especially if you're thinking about this in a team, like team comp, again, this is PvP. So when we have players teaming up and they're making compositions, having this character just off of this description alone seems like it's going to be very powerful to just give good like control over the battlefield by spreading around this poison. You do have to hurt yourself, so that is, you know, like a drawback, but I think just off the fact of leaving toxic buildup on the floor alone is crazy. I think that's crazy because once that thing procs, you can apply so much pressure to the opponent because they're now toxic. So for that reason, call me crazy, but I'm going to put her in peak tier. I think this character is going to be very powerful. I think she's going to be very powerful. Just off that description alone, spreading toxic around sounds insane. And if it works, you know, like a character ability in Night Rain, I think we can expect to see this character in some character compositions. Okay, let's go to the next one. And, let's see. Oh, wait, no, not that. Wait, actually, no, it is that. You know, I'm trolling. Okay. Okay, Nail-Pierced Sebastian. Now, we actually do see this guy in the trailer. A fanatic saint who drives silver nails into various parts of his body, using the flowing blood as a catalyst for miracles. By inflicting wounds on himself, he temporarily gains overwhelming ferocity, but his mind and body are already completely broken. Based off of this description, we actually did see a character like this in the trailer. We did catch a glimpse of this in the trailer. Let's see. We actually did see, yes, this character. Seems like a nail to me. This seems like a nail to me. We don't actually see any gameplay of it. but it appears to be like, wait a minute. This looks like John Duskblood. Wait, this looks like John Duskblood. It is, I think. Wait, I think it's a different character. Because he has gloves on here. And in this one, I actually can't tell. Holy shit, it's black. Well, no, he didn't because we got to see his hand pierced there. This might be John Duskblood. I don't know if you guys think this is the same character or not. Please let me know. I'm just confused as to why his hand is pierced. Because I'm thinking that this is the character they just described of the guy who puts like nails in his skin. Yeah, because we don't really see anything else about that character in this whole trailer. Could be that guy even. It's like a random kid. Let's see. Hey man, are you gonna play the beta test? Absolutely, Cursino. I'm gonna be there, and I'll be like making videos just about my experience. So you guys, oh my gosh, Marley, you are shedding like a freaking bird. This guy is shedding on me, dude. But yeah, I'll be making videos about it and like just talking about my experience. So if you have any personal questions you want to know about the game, it would be best to ask me, because I'm not gonna lie, not a lot of content creators are gonna like take direct requests from people, but I understand people want to like look for stuff and like know, and I'm just trying to be the voice for, you know, like other people. All right, so just skimming the whole trailer, this is all we have to go off of for that character description. This person who has a nail piercing. So we're gonna assume that this is Sebastian. Now this character seems to play around a lot of like self-buffing, because if we go back to this leak in the description, right, it says by inflicting wounds on himself. So again, we're gonna have to take damage to like access these buffs. It says he temporarily gains overwhelming ferocity, so that must mean these buffs are gonna be like a lot like better. Think of like Power Within from like Dark Souls 1. I'm thinking it's gonna be on the scale of that. And Power Within was a very, very strong buff. There's a reason why a lot of speedrunners use it. It's because it helps output that much more damage that you just otherwise wouldn't have access to. So with that being said, I think that again, the only reason why I'm like not too sure on Sebastian, self-buffing, especially like in like an invasion, if you invade and you're just in the thick of the invasion already, you don't have time to proc that self-buff unless you have to like retreat and then buff and then go back in. Not all the time you get that chance in an invasion. Now I know some people like to like use buffs and whatnot. This person also will be like using miracles, because it says a catalyst for miracles. I don't know if he needs to harm himself to get access to these miracles, because it says he drives the nails through parts of his body, and then he uses that blood for the miracles. So it kind of sounds like he needs to harm himself to then use miracles. I don't know if that's exactly how it's going to operate, but assuming it is, because it like then states here that he has to hurt himself to get access to these self buffs, this guy will be hurting himself a lot. And if you pile that onto like the damage you'll receive in a fight, doesn't sound like he's gonna have too much sustain. This guy seems like he's gonna be more of like a very hyper aggressive, hyper offense build, where he's gonna hurt himself, but he's gonna do like 50% more damage to your car insurance, and you're gonna feel that car note later. So for that reason, I think that he's gonna take a lot of like mastery to kind of know when you want to buff and when not to, and like when to hurt yourself to then cast these miracles. But I think if you play him right, I think like right now I would say maybe top of B tier. But in terms of potential, I could see him going up to A. Maybe even S tier if the buff is that substantial. Because again, like we don't know yet. Like we have no numbers. This is all like alleged speculation. Let's see. Nice, I'll be there too. Huge Cursino. Nice. I can't wait to See you on the battlefield, dude. You should join the Discord, by the way, if you're not in the Discord, because we're gonna have a lot of like Duskbloods like related content for people who got like to play the network test. So I'm gonna put that there for people in the chat who haven't already joined. Please, because like we all want to like just talk about the game and just like share our experience, share whatever we like find. That'd be fire. Can't wait for the clips where he downs himself in a fight. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna spread like wildfire, dude. That's gonna spread like wildfire. Let's see. I think they look the same. They do look the same. I don't know if it's the same character. That's kind of the only thing. Still not sure on. Okay, let's see this next character. Okay, number 5, Coffin Bearer Maurice. A man who continued to collect corpses on the street of Temerat at dusk. A mud-like monstrosity that was once his family rides inside the iron coffin he carries on his back. By slamming the coffin against enemies, he sucks up their blood and feeds it to the creature inside. Immediately, I'm thinking of Revenant. The way that Maurice is described, if you think of, like, for people who have, like, ever played Smash Bros. Melee, and I know we have a lot of old heads in here, so I know for a fact you probably played Melee, or have at least seen it. Think of the Ice Climbers, right? How this reads is like this gauge you might have to build up for your like ability to proc. Like the more hits you get on the enemy, you then get to get some type of companion, some type of teammate. Think of like the Spirit Ashes in Elden Ring. This guy kind of seems like, why am I inverted? Hold on, that's actually pissing me off. Right, okay, here we go. So like this guy is seeming like he's gonna be in that sort of like puppet fighter archetype. So we know Revenant sucks, right? Like, you know, like we can all agree here. We're not gonna, you know, sugarcoat it. Revenant kind of sucks in comparison to the rest of the Nightfarers. She's just not the strongest pick. Hold on, did Marl use the bathroom on me? No, he did not. Okay, I thought he did. I was about to beat his ass. All right, so boom. We know that, like, to play her effectively, you either need to, like, spec to get, your high, like, damaging miracles by having, like, a lot of relics that are boosting that damage type. This guy seems to be, like, a melee fighter. Because it says by slamming the coffin against enemies. So this is probably some, like, great weapon, colossal type of tier thing. And so you're gonna have to be aggressive with a colossal weapon to then build up a meter to get an ally to help you. That seems kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. It does seem rough, and I only say that because if I have to build up this gauge to then get a teammate to then like help on my back, I don't really know how good that's gonna be. Because it could be that, or he gets like a buff from the creature once he hits people enough and it absorbs enough blood. So it could also play in that like that lane, right? For that reason though, I don't think Maurice is gonna be too strong of a pick. I'm not gonna lie. We already have a Great Axe equivalent character. We have Gillian here, and it says he has begun to mutate himself. I don't know if this is if this character is the same one who turns into a dinosaur, but if it is, I mean, like, so far off of what we read, I'm not impressed. Like, I'm just not impressed. And again, you have to think about it in a PvP context. Let's see. I know this is probably a major copium, but do you think we'll get more additional content for Night Rain? Nah. Yeah, that game's done. I'm not gonna lie. I've completely moved on. Yeah, nah, that game is done. Let's see. Yeah, kind of sounds like Revenant. Have you seen any combat in any of the trailers? No, not yet. Like, we are speculating our ass off right now. We have not seen any combat trailers, nothing. For the Coffin Dude, if you ever played Kazan the First Berserker, there's a boss that uses a coffin. I'm thinking more of that. I have not played that game, but like when this gets like uploaded as a video, I'll probably put in that guy's fight or like whatever. Is it like a boss, I'm assuming? Is it a boss? Because if so, like I'll just like include him. Okay, so the Coffin Dude, first C tier pick. That's the first C tier that's going here. That says first C tier. I'm not impressed, Maurice. We gotta show me some stuff in the actual network test, which I will be uploading a lot of content on. So if you want to see more content where I'm actually going into the mechanics of the game and just having a grand old time, subscribe, because me and Marlo appreciate it. We would love to see you there in the network test so we can laugh at all the invaders that we get to body with my main guy that got leaked, which I will talk about in a moment. Alright, so let's see. Alright, just because I was thinking it may feel like Bloodborne combat since this game feels Omega Bloodborne-y. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, this game is giving Bloodborne, and because of that, like, I'm kind of worried about these heavier weapons because, like, we all know how quick that combat was in Bloodborne, so yeah. Okay, we have Thread-Torn Oscar, a deranged taxidermist who sews the flesh of beasts from all eras and regions directly onto his own body. Okay, Godric. During battle, he seizes the enemy's tissue and uses it to eerily patch and reinforce himself. Through the accumulation of tainted power, he transforms his own body into that of an ancient rare beast. This sounds like the dinosaur guy. No. This sounds like the dinosaur guy. Because if you think about it, they say an ancient rare beast. Dinosaurs are ancient rare beasts. This seems exactly like, word for word, the dinosaur guy. Okay, that is lagging. We're not going to show that. Hold on. So yeah, this word for word seems like the guy who turns into a dinosaur. And this guy's name is Oscar. This guy. Thread-Torn Oscar. I think this is actually the character. This is probably Oscar. I'm going to go out. I will go on a whim and say that this is Oscar. Because it says he's transforming into a beast. This like bro. So if that's the case, we're actually looking at Oscar right now. We don't see too much of him, but he's turning into like this beast, right? So with that new context, actually, if we go back to the actual leak, it's saying Thread-Torn Oscar, he like, yeah, it's not saying the type of weapon he uses, but it does say he seizes the enemy tissue and uses it to reinforce himself. So this kind of sounds like in the territory of oh wait, let me see it. Yeah. So this sounds like it's in the territory of like self-healing, self-regen, self-attack buffs, self-defense buffs. So this guy seems like he's going to be buffing himself just like Sebastian. And he's going to have some sort of transformation ultimate. We don't know his weapon exactly, but it says he sews the flesh of the beast. So if we're thinking about, you know, a type of like needle, needles can be like rapiers. So he could use a rapier or some quick, you know, like weapon to kind of like jab at them and put that on the skin really quick. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this guy. And if that's the case, if he's using a rapier, like, I mean, like rapiers are pretty good weapon classes. We have things like the Scarlet Rot, like rapier that just does like insane amounts of everything because you can infuse what, rot, poison, and cold on it. So right, it's like we have that as an idea. We have that as an idea of like what weapon he's gonna specialize in. If it's rapiers and his character skill makes him transform, I think this character is gonna be pretty strong. I like just off of that description, that to me sounds like an A tier pick. I mean, like, you're using a rapier. Like, rapiers are extremely good for pressuring the opponent, chasing down opponents, playing defense even if you have a shield. Like, it's just a really good weapon class. And if they keep that same design philosophy with how they designed it in games like Elden Ring and like Dark Souls 3, then we can expect the rapier to be a pretty good class. And if his character skill is turning him into this dinosaur, which we saw in the trailer, I don't see why he isn't like anything below an A. Let's see. Yeah, It's one of the best bosses in the game. Has a crazy mechanic with the coffin. You should try Kazan. Some of the best combat gameplay you've ever seen. Has the de facto best greatsword combat. That's a huge claim to make. De facto best greatsword combat? Damn. Like, you make me want to look at it, like after we're done here. FromSoft seems to be experimenting with character transformations more. Pretty exciting, actually. I know. This is such an exciting time to be a FromSoft fan. Bro, like, playing Dark Souls 3 and people were like, oh, like, what's Dark Souls? Like, bro, that was so... I was in the dark ages, dude. A self-healing rapier user sounds annoying to fight against. It's like a battle of attrition. That's kind of my thought process with this guy. And then he gets to transform. Who knows if he's going to get a max heal, like how... like with like the Executor. And when he pops his ultimate, he gets a max heal. He gets a whole new moveset. This is kind of looking like another version of that. And if we can expect that, I mean, the Executor on his own isn't like the best character in Night Rain, but this guy's using a rapier. And I don't know if it's going to have a special moveset like with the Executor, but a rapier, I'm going to bet a good amount of money that the rapier guy is going to be good, who gets to turn into a dinosaur. You get access to the whole new moveset. You could potentially get a self-heal from patching these pieces of skin onto yourself. Yeah. Like, this guy has a lot going for him based off of the leak. Kazan is pretty peak. I guess I do have to try it out, huh? I guess I do have to try it out. Alright, next character. So, we went through 6 characters so far. Now we're going to 7. Mudtreader, Ulan, a female warrior who gains superhuman leg strength through human experimentation. Ooh, what that mean? Filthy blood constantly gushes from her ankles, and a red poisonous swamp forms whenever she runs. This is very Veronica coded. This is very similar to the other character we just talked about. But peep the difference, though. Peep the difference. Veronica says it leaves rot behind, but this person leaves poison. So there's 2 different characters that interact with the poison and the toxic status ailment differently. It's a thing to keep in mind. So this person is a close combat person, I'm assuming. She has insane like leg strength. But she's probably gonna deal with poison. This might be like a poison like dexterity build, because even though it says oh wait, no, it does say superhuman leg strength, so she might actually be like strength poison. Try and think of like a strength and like arcane build, where like you buff your weapon with poison and then you attack, right? This kind of sounds like that. And if she's spreading poison every time she runs in a circular radius, I think just off of that alone, I mean, we already talked about it before with Veronica, but this character seems insane. This character seems like she's going to be really annoying to fight in a team setting. The only reason why I don't think she's as good as Veronica is because she leaves it behind on her footsteps, which you might think isn't going to be the best, but you have to remember you'll be like rolling around as you're attacking. So if you attack, you know, yeah, it's where your feet are currently, but you could roll behind the person, you know, and they can't walk backwards again, because at that point then they're going to take the rot buildup. So I think, well, like, I'll always value rot, you know, like, over poison. It's just a stronger like affliction, but I think this character is still going to be pretty good because she's going to be really annoying to fight in like a co-op, you know, environment where you have this person to worry about and the free status she's spreading around on the ground, and you have to worry about like Walter with his blick trying to spray you down like this O-block, right? So I think this character is going to be really good for co-op and making it really hard for like an invader, because like again, like we don't exactly know how the online interactions will work. We don't know if it's going to be like an invasion, or if you like do a duel, or if you get, you know, summoned. We don't exactly know yet, but all I know for sure is the more people you play with and she's on that team, she's going to be annoying to deal with, for sure. Hey, what's going on, Buck? Yes, we are... No. We are ranking them based off of the character leak that they have of their description, and we are trying to make an assumption about how they play. See, isn't Duskblood's PvPvE? Because then the Coffin Bearer could potentially just set up his summon on a random guy down the street. Wait, no, that's a good point, actually. No, that's a good point. Wait, before I, like, lie to you guys, is Duskblood's PvPvE? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. It's right there. You can look at the gamer. You can look at, like, Wikipedia. It does say it's PvPvE. Yeah. Wait, no. So you actually bring up a good point, Ace. Because this game is PvPvE, with the Coffin guy, you could set up on a mob before going into a fight, right? Because it does say you like by slamming the Coffin against just like enemies in general, you could do that. I don't know how strong the enemies are going to be and if you really want to engage with them, but that is something to keep in mind. I'm still going to keep him in C tier for now, but that was a good thought, Ace. That was a good thought. Okay, we just ranked the Poison Girl. Yes, we did. Okay. You think Duskbloods will be better than Night Rain? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not even trolling. Absolutely. I have a lot of faith in Duskbloods. I think if they do the online interaction right with things like covenants and reasons to interact with the online, I think this game could have a lot of staying power despite it being on the Switch 2. I would hope it gets ported to like other consoles, of course, but if it just stays on the Switch 2, I could still see it having a good amount of staying power. That's just my opinion. I will say though, it being on the Switch 2 alone will hurt it 1,000,000% in terms of like longevity, because not a lot of people have a Switch 2. But if the game looks fun enough, right, where it's like, oh damn, like I gotta get a Switch 2 to play this, then, right? So it's like only time will tell. All right, next character, Candle Snuffer. Isabelle, a former waitress at the Silterra Noble Mansion. She possesses the ability to materialize shadows and trap her enemy's blood within them to drain it. All light vanishes from the places she passes through. Okay, Marlo, hold on. So, wait, hold on. I think he has to use the bathroom. No, he's just being a bird. Okay. All right. So immediately, Isabelle sounds like an S tier. I'm not gonna lie, because it says that it materializes shadows and not only traps the enemy's blood. Well, no, it traps the enemy's blood, but it also drains it. So this is gonna heal you from what that sounds like. Because if you're draining something, right, kind of sounds like it's gonna be like a life drain sort of like situation. And I believe we actually see Isabelle in the trailer. Now again, this is all speculation, but I believe we actually see her. Seems like a stealth character. Yeah, no, for sure. And I think stealth will play a huge role in this game, being that there's going to be 8 people in a lobby. You can't keep track of all of those people. Alright, so towards the end of the trailer, my guess for who this could be, this person could be Isabelle, right? We see this sort of like chakram sort of backhand blade thing she's using. Or this could also be Isabelle when she's like coming out of the ground. I don't know if that's just her being summoned to fight, but either of these characters could be Isabelle. If this is Isabelle, we can already see she has dual swords. This could be a dual curved sword situation. Sellsword Twin Blades. You know how good that was in Dark Souls 3? I'm just saying, Life Drain with Sellsword Twin Blade moveset, or not even the moveset, but just the fact that you have dual swords, right? Like, hello? Is anybody home? Because to me, that sounds insane. To me, that sounds insane. And the fact that she's is draining characters when she traps them with the shadow, and she sounds like she's more of like a stealth sort of character. In my opinion, this is an S tier character. Now the image they have for her is this, but it could very well be not her. But yeah, like any stealth characters, like again, if that character was Isabelle, dual swords historically have been really good. Think of bleed build with like the scavenger swords in Elden Ring, right? Or again like the sellsword twin blades, or like the Gothheart twin swords. Those are all been really good weapons. So if we're getting more of that, and she's a stealth character, you're gonna have quick combat mixed with the ability to trap opponents' shadows, probably do some type of crowd control or stunning of like one target and then drain them, and then you heal off of that. Sounds like S tier to me. If I think that they're gonna port it, in my opinion, I think that depends on like how well Duskbloods does. If it's doing poorly, I think they're gonna port it, because they know porting it is gonna bring more sales. Like, can we get a show of hands in the chat right now? If Duskbloods got ported to PC and console, would you buy it? Just let me know. What if she disables other characters' abilities? Wait, that's a good point, Ace. Because how they could also play her is like, what if she's draining characters' abilities? Because it says that it's draining their shadow. But like, if we think in like a broader sense, if she's draining their abilities or like locking it, right? You're cooked. You're cooked. So if this character's like locking other characters' abilities, in my opinion, she's even better. But if she's doing life drain, she's still really good. She's still like peak either way. It's just how peak is she? You know what I mean? See, absolutely. Yeah, I would, of course. Right. So I'm saying I feel like they're gonna keep it exclusive to Switch 2, but if it's not performing well, they're just gonna be like, yo, Nintendo, I'm out. And then they're gonna port it to the other consoles, because me and you, we know we're gonna get Duskbloods if it goes to console and PC. The mods for that game, what? Are you stupid? That shit would be crazy. That shit would be fucking fire. That'd be fire, bro. Alright, next character. Let's see, can't lock abilities. Is that confirmed? Because like right now, like, we're just kind of theory crafting and seeing what it could potentially do just off of the description. Because that was number 8. All right, number 9, Gut Rinner, and my favorite character I'm looking out for, Randolph, the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's an assault trooper of the Sampier Weapons Corps. Equipped with a back-mounted mechanism that allows him to fly freely and a massive piercing spear, he rips through his opponent's flesh and blood along with their armor. His abdomen is heavily mechanized, enabling him to unleash devastating, wide-area attacks using bloodlust as a catalyst. That was a mouthful. That was a lot to digest. But thankfully, we've actually seen this character. This is something I think we 100% can confirm we've seen in the trailer, right? I think that we can 100% confirm we've seen this guy. Going to the trailer, let's see. If I was a speculator trying to speculate who this character was, who could I think Randolph could be? A guy with a jetpack. With a mechanized stomach. I don't think it's this guy. Of course it's this guy. Fucking flying around, shooting fart out his ass to fly freely, right? So we've seen Randolph. This is Randolph. I think it's pretty safe to assume we can confirm that this is Randolph. Okay, so we see his like weaponry here. He has that spear, And he has some like big ass thing on his back. I don't know what that big Gatling whatever is. Switch performance will be like a potato, but it'll be a good potato though. It will be a good potato. So we're looking at Randolph right now. You see that like hook thing? I think that's what they're talking about when they say he's gonna like pierce the armor of them, right? And then that like bludgeoning thing to maybe do like strike damage combined with piercing damage. You get the best of both worlds. And this guy flies around. So I'm assuming that's his ability. He can launch off. Now, okay, I'm going to keep it like as real with you guys as possible. I think this map is going to be big as shit. Just kind of judging off of how long the startup on this was, like, I'm just getting the feeling that this map is big. Like, you'll have the time to escape because it's so big. Like, if you think about it, if this map was smaller, I think this ability would have activated quicker. If we're looking at games like Apex Legends, right? And we have, like, skills like Octane, right? Or oh no, actually I have a better example. If we're looking at skills like the Jetpack Girl, I forgot her name. I'm kind of LARPing. I haven't played it in a while, but her ability takes pretty long to like activate as well, which I'll show up on screen. But his thing takes decently long, but he's really flying. Like this guy is like zooming. He's genuinely flying, and it don't look like he's stopping anytime soon. So the fact that they made the character fly this far from at least from what we've seen, he's either A, gonna take no fall damage because he's flying over this large gap. You would assume he would die when he hits the ground. So the fact that they're showing this off, A, this is LARP, and he's actually gonna die the moment that this ability stops. Or B, which I think is more likely because we've seen this in Night Rain, there's no fall damage in that game. So if they're comfortable with having him fly over this gap for the trailer, I think we can assume that there's no fall damage, or he doesn't take fall damage when he uses this ability. And he's like flying, like this guy's zooming. So his mobility, despite him looking like really heavy, he's gonna have a good amount of mobility just off the ability to fly alone, right? All right, Ace, hope you have a good one with Slay the Spire. And I hope you get to the maximum ascension. But just judging off of this alone, the fact that this guy has a spear, the fact that he also has a bludgeoning weapon that we saw in the trailer. I don't know why his picture's not here, but I'm going to give him a picture. And this is also my most anticipated character. I think this guy's going to be fun as shit. I think this guy's going to be super fun. Okay. I think that this guy, I'm not going to lie, just based off of his movement and the fact that, again, these are like 8-player lobbies. At times, you're probably going to have to hit the jets and just escape a bad engagement. I think this guy's going to be like A tier. The only reason why I'm not saying S is because I don't exactly know how effective his, like, the two of his, like, weapons will be. But he has a spear, so you'll be getting pierce counterattack damage. And he also has this big thing. I don't know if that's a gun, like a cannon, because it did say he uses Bloodlust as a catalyst. I think he's A tier. I think he's at the top of A tier, actually. Come on. Because, again, like, this guy's movement, he's flying around. Like, that's nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. And if, I mean, generally, movement and mobility has always been good. Think back to pre-patch freaking Bloodhound Step. That was meta for a reason. It gave you mobility, right? If we're thinking about Swift Slash, mobility plus damage. So this guy seems to have the same mobility or something similar or as effective, or at the very least he has mobility that's this overt, right? So I think he's going to be a pretty good character. I'm not going to lie. All right. Let's see. He seems slow. I think that this is going to be one of those characters where, like, he's like kind of slow in terms of like his base movement, but again, he has the spear for the counterattack hits, and that's always been good. But like when he uses his ability to fly off, that's what's gonna help him like shore up his like weaknesses of like being slow, or if he needs to chase a person down. Imagine this guy freaking flying at you with the spear, like he's like a Valkyrie or something. I don't know if he can attack while he's flying, but I mean, even if he can't, he's gonna close that gap, right? So I think him looking like he's gonna be slow, I think is gonna be okay because he has this jet mobility that's been confirmed in trailers. So what is the gameplay going to be like? We still don't know. Yeah, no, we don't know yet. Apparently there's gonna be reviews that come out tomorrow by people who already have the game. So we're gonna get gameplay hopefully by tomorrow, like of how the PvP is gonna look like, and of course, like I'll do my best to try and like fill in the gaps from what they show. But yeah, will FromSoft have the ability to port Duskbloods to PC and consoles? I thought Nintendo had full sales control since they're the ones that will fit the bill for Duskbloods. How it's sounding, I think you're right. I don't see a world where FromSoft has like the leverage here. It seems to me that Nintendo just paid them a fat ass like check of like, yo, make this exclusive and then we're gonna give you this money. What I'm imagining is like this is like a contract of like, oh, for 2 years this is gonna be exclusive, right? I hope it's not like forever. That would really suck. That would really suck. But I don't think Miyazaki would do that. He's never done... Oh, I almost lied. No, okay, so he's done console exclusivity before with Demon's Souls and Sekiro and Bloodborne. Okay, well, fuck. Guys, we might be cooked. Damn it! Ah! No! Okay, we might be right. This could last forever. This could last forever. I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm really hoping it doesn't. But it could. So just keep that in mind. All right, next character. Yeah, Bloodborne. Yeah. It's like my day got significantly worse as I thought about the exclusivity that apparently Miyazaki loves to do. So screw me, I guess. Just screw us. Screw us, right? Okay, next character. Gazer of Flesh, Yuri, a heretical observer who cut off his own eyelids. He possesses the ability to intensify a target's blood flow, okay, Katara bloodbending, simply by fixing his gaze on them, causing their body to explode from within. We're cooked. We're done. We're dead. We're dead. If this plays out exactly how I'm thinking... Oh, wait, think about it. Miyazaki was able to see the work of Ishizaki. Think about Scholar and his ability to kind of like hold the circle on the enemy to scan them. I think Yuri is going to function like this. I think he's going to have to scan the target and keep his like reticle on them. And when he gets that gauge filled, I think it's going to proc some debuff, or maybe just make them just explode violently and just blow up. He might just make you blow up. Like if you think of like the ruptured crack tier in Elden Ring, it's probably gonna be something like that. But what I'm also speculating is like repeat scans on the same target. I'm thinking is gonna take longer to get that proc to go again. So you know, like the first proc might not take that long, but the second proc might take like 7 seconds. Third proc might take like 15 seconds. So at least you're not getting chained to death. I don't know if this is gonna stack with like if you have like multiple Yuris. I don't even know if we could have multiple of the same character in the like lobby or like on the same team. But I'm not gonna lie, this guy kind of sounds like a support character. We all know Scholar's a very good character. Like he's very good in Night Rain. He's amazing for comps. So if we're thinking about it from like a co-op setting, like a PvP type of thing, or even like PvPvE, like if he's doing the PvE, if he's scanning people for his teammates and they're just gonna blow up and take damage, I don't see how this guy is not S tier. I think this is S tier. I would put him like. I would put him. I think I'm gonna put him above the Scarlet Rot person. I'm not gonna lie. This tier list is gonna be like ordered as best as I can. You know, with like the very, very limited information we have. But I think he's gonna be a really annoying character to fight. Especially if he's in the backlines making you blow up. It's like, yo, what the hell? Right? Bro causes high blood pressure. No, genuinely, he's gonna make your shit spike. All people with diabetes do not fight him. I'm sorry. Hopefully there'll be a character that will have a Sekiro-like deflect. I think there'll probably be one. Apparent because they love that archetype a lot. Hopefully there's one. All right. So next character, Camilla Ashcrown, a girl whose clan was burned to the ground. She wields Blood Ash, a mixture of the victim's ashes and her own blood, to petrify and crystallize her enemies before shattering them. Immediately to me, this sounds like crowd control. This sounds like she has the ability to do crowd control. Again, the example of Tranquil Walk of Peace. We haven't really seen a character who can like really stun you. Besides, you know, doing an attack. So if her ability is doing some type of stun, and I don't know if we've seen her in the trailers. I don't think we have. This seems like a brand new character, right? But well, like these are all brand new characters, but like new to us because we haven't seen her, right? But if she's gonna be stunning people with her character skill or whatever, it sounds like she's going to be really strong in the team composition. We have to think about who's going to be strong on their own, say if you're doing like an invasion, versus who's going to be strong when you guys are doing co-op. So she's mixing the victim's ashes and her own blood. It's important to read this, her own blood, because I'm assuming that the drawback of doing a very like useful skill like this to cause crowd control, she's going to have to do some self-damage. And I think that's a theme here. We've seen 3 characters now, her included, that have to do self-infliction to be able to do their character skill. So she's going to be mixing her own blood with victims' ashes. I don't know if she's going to have to, like kill mobs to get ashes, or if the ashes are already baked into the character. Let me scroll over a little bit so you guys can see. Like, I don't know exactly how it's going to be playing, but if it's kind of like where she has to kill people to then build up this resource, then that combined with combining her own blood to like do crowd control, I think that's going to be good. I think it's going to be pretty good, because we've seen things that give you crowd control, like Tranquil Walk of Peace. That spell is freaking annoying. It's really good, especially if you invade someone and they have Tranquil Walk of Peace, and like the Phantom is doing some other nonsense like Dark Bead. Like, imagine her making you not able to roll, and then you have the guy scanning your shit on some like Doctor Strange or like Sasuke with like the Sharingan, and then you just take damage and you blow up. I don't see her being lower than A tier, which is good. I think so far we've seen a lot of characters. We've seen a lot of characters in the A tier. I think she's gonna be like pretty high up there. I think she's gonna be right below my guy Randolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This game is going to be focused on team compositions, I'm noticing, because I'm thinking that certain characters aren't going to be good on their own, like the guy who makes people blow up, but then when you're doing a co-op or you guys do a co-invasion, like together, that's going to be really strong. So I'm liking where this game's direction is going so far. I think Camilla is going to be a very strong pick. We don't know the weapons that she uses, but just judging off her character skill, I think she's going to be really good support. I think she's going to be really good support, for sure. All right. Let's see, next character. All right. Number 12. We are about to end. Okay. Rust Gospel, Baldur. Not to be confused with Baldur's Gate 3. I know you guys got confused. A former priest of Kinmitsu, who has stuffed his mouth with large amounts of scrap iron and needles. Every time he every time he says a prayer, his mouth is torn apart, and the mist of blood he spits out becomes a powerful attack. Think of like Grail's roar from Elden Ring. I'm thinking we're gonna see something like that, and we actually have seen this guy in the trailer. People have been speculating, like Stilovsky. He was speculating that this character, we've actually seen him in the trailer, and it's actually going to be this character, which I'm going to pull up. Because they describe him to be like not a monk, but he's a priest, and he's stuffed his mouth with rocks. So I kind of wonder what you'd look like after that's done. I think that this guy is right here. I think this is the priest. You know, he's doing like some like meditation shit. He has these like rocks on his head, kind of looking like omen horns that we see right here, right? So we do see that. We do see this like right here and here, and if that's the case, this is gonna be another sort of like faith hybrid melee. A lot of people like to do like melee mixed with faith. This guy kind of seems like that, where like when he does a prayer, he might build up this meter that like allows him to shout. It might be this like directional blast, or it could even be like an AOE that like Grail's roar. So I'm thinking that this guy's gonna be pretty solid. We see he has this like long weapon. It might be some like new like weapon class, even like a staff or something. I think it's gonna be pretty solid. I'm not too impressed by his description right now, because we have other characters who already have this like this miracle like integration mixed with melee, and they just sound stronger at this point in time. I hope I'm wrong, because this guy's design is pretty dope, but just off of like what we've been described so far, I'm gonna think he's a B tier character, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad. I think that he could be more useful in a team setting because of that shout compared to this guy. He was the guy who can like buff himself, right? This guy seems to be more useful. I'm only hesitant about putting him in A tier because even though he's casting miracles, so I'm thinking that could be, you know, like offensive ones as well. He's kind of reliant on having to cast miracles to then do this shout. And that kind of sounds like it's going to drain his FP or whatever magic system we have. We might go back to uses like how we had in Dark Souls 2 and 1. We don't really know yet. Again, this is all speculation. This is all alleged. But that's my guess right now. That's my guess currently. Let's see here. Wrong one. Wrong one. Yo, where's my shit? Oh, here we go. Oh, man. Hold on. Technical difficulty. We're almost back. We're almost back. Chat, we're almost back. Me and you, we can do it together. There we go. Okay. Last two characters. Okay, we got last two characters. We got the Dusk Slit. Elsa. Not to be confused with Elsa from Frozen. A woman whose dusk disease has progressed to its final stage. When attacked, her body transforms into a mud-like substance, allowing her to evade attacks and flow freely, then inject her own poisonous blood directly into her opponent's body. Immediately, this sounds crazy. This sounds wicked. Think of the Dark Wood Grain Ring in Dark Souls 1 and the unparalleled evasion that gave you. Think of it. Think about it. Just for one tiny bird second. Just, right? This character is going to be based off of evasion and kind of like poisoning people. I think it's gonna be like pretty quick to poison, because it says when attacked, her body transforms, right? Allowing her to evade attacks and flow freely, then inject her own poisonous blood. So this is like a two-part process. You first have to be the mud, and then you're able to inject. So I'm thinking that this can kind of be like a mimic tier sort of look, maybe like the sludge enemies from like Dark Souls 1. I'm thinking that's kind of this form she's gonna take, and she's gonna be really evasive and kind of hard to hit. We don't know the weapon that she uses, and we don't even know what she looks like either. But what we do know is that I think she's going to be like the evasion character, kind of like Duchess. And like Duchess is a top 4 character in Night Rain. So just off of the description and what we have to go by, I think this character actually has potential to be the best one in the game. Now the reason why I say potential, did you say potential? The reason why I say potential is because this is all contingent on her being attacked. Now, that's usually a big no-no. You obviously don't want to be attacked. Like, you want to try and invade as much as possible. You want to try and dodge hits, because the more you get hit, you know, you're losing health. That's not good. And if her whole game plan is around her getting hit, now we kind of have to question, okay, well, how tanky will this class be? Because if she's not tanky, then you're probably going to be dying, even though you have this very powerful ability. So I think that's kind of what the trade-off is here, is that she's going to be like, you know, average health pool, but she has this like crazy ability when she gets hit. So the ways to circumvent that, you either just hit her with a large-ass attack and she dies, or you hit her strong enough to where she has to evade and heal. And she's going to be in this constant loop of like, you hit her for a lot of damage, you have to evade and heal. And, right? The only scenario I'm seeing right now where this is like really good is when you are the invader. Because you're going to have access to this like really evasive form, so you can kind of get out of there and heal and reset. But on her own, she doesn't have any active ability that's going to be like facilitating her combat style. She's waiting to get hit, and for that reason, I don't know how high she can really be ranked on this tier list. You just don't want to get hit. You like that's just the thing you don't want. You just don't want to be hit. In any invasion context, you don't want your power to be contingent on when you get hit. So I'm gonna put her in B tier, but I'm gonna put her at the top of B tier because we don't exactly know how she functions, and if this is actually a character skill, and you know, like maybe being hit, she has like a sort of like defensive stance up, and then you hit her, and then she turns into the form, so she's not taking that much damage, then I can see her being in like A tier. But for right now, just off of what we've been given, I think she's gonna be like a B tier character. Because I think the evasion and ability to poison people in that mud form can be very strong. But because you need to be hit for it to activate, I don't know about that. We just don't know enough yet. But off of that description, I don't know. Alright, last character. First Shard, and I'm really excited about this one. Nameless Shadow, an imperfect mass of flesh known as First Blood, incapable of understanding language and lacking any sense of its own origins. A cursed being that eerily mimics and unleashes the techniques of every bloodline. Wet and Wild? Hey, yo, what the fuck? Alright, bro. That shit got me pissed off. Anyway. Nameless Shadow. Nameless Shadow. Nameless Shadow. Where do I begin? We don't know how the abilities work, again. But if this guy allows you to customize the abilities you want from people, I don't see how he's not going to be an S tier character. The only thing that's going to hold him back is if he has like lower base stats in total compared to the rest of the cast. So like he might not have as much health, might not have as much attack power compared to these guys, but then the trade-off is he's going to have access to all these crazy abilities from everybody. So like just trying to imagine a world where he gets access to that jetpack from Randolph and then has the ability, it might be like a passive for the character we just talked about where like she turns into the form. imagine he gets to put that passive onto himself, right? If that's how the game works. You know, this is just like ideas as to like what could be. Then that does sound crazy if it is that. And we actually might know what this character looks like. We actually might know what he looks like. If we go to if we go back to the trailer, right? Going back to the Bumbleclot trailer, we see this character towards the beginning. Some people, again, like Steel, have speculated that this is the nameless Shadow. He kind of looks to be murky. No real, like, form. Oh, I lied. He has a face. He has a face and he has a katana. I don't know if this is the nameless Shadow, but if it is, his main weapon is a katana. Sekiro bros, rejoice. We know that there's at least a character that specializes with katanas. With katanas, it's probably going to be Deflex. So, people who enjoyed, you know, Sekiro and the Executor, probably going to be some Deflex in this character. Hopefully. We can only assume. But if this is him, then it's crazy that he specializes in katanas and he's able to copy the abilities of everybody. Because besides that, we haven't really seen anyone else that could match this description. Maybe this guy. This is another idea. Could be that guy. Because he doesn't really have, you know, he's not really a human. He's this, like, construct, this concept. And I think he's holding an axe on his back. Is what appears to be like an axe or something. And then we're also looking at, give us a second. This could also be him, or it could be a boss. We don't exactly know. It's probably a boss in all honesty. But you know, there could be a world. There could be a world, guys, where these characters have like varying heights. I don't think it's likely, but it could be. Oh, hello, Maria. Hello, Mario. Look at this Maria character. Okay, so have the T-Rex guy. This is a strange person we haven't seen any mention of. We don't really know who this character is. Yeah, and then we've seen this girl. We've seen this like magic kid, which we just haven't seen. But he's gonna be, I think, insane too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't exactly know. Oh wait, that actually might be a boss. This guy could be a boss. We don't know. But yeah. For that assumption, if it's the guy using a katana, if it is him, I'm gonna have to put him in high A tier. The only reason why it's not S, and I'm actually gonna put him above Randolph, in terms of customization, I mean it's insane, obviously, but I'm imagining his base stats are gonna kind of be tweaked back a little bit to compensate for the fact that he can use any ability in the game. And he can like mix and match and become the character you want him to be to facilitate whatever playstyle you want. These are placeholders. I don't really know who these characters are. Let me take a screenshot of this really quick, because this is the pre-launch tier list. These are all of my speculations and all of my assumptions based on the descriptions as well as how these abilities could work, and using my PvP experience to try and paint a better picture for you guys when you play the game, whether it's this weekend or when the game actually comes out. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you are new, and join the Discord in the description, because we will be talking about a lot of Duskbloods because I got invited, and you will be hearing about it from me. Okay, boom. Okay, that's the video. I figured I should make this like a YouTube video, so you guys will see this as an upload, and for people who weren't here in the live stream, I think it's gonna be pretty fun. But yeah, let me know like in chat, like what do you guys think? I think this game is gonna be insane. Just off of these descriptions and these leaks, I'm just more excited to play the game now, just because of the fact that like we have character transformations into freaking dinosaurs. We have what seems to be like more, you know, like Revenant like archetypes from Night Rain. like we have a bunch of stuff, dude. We actually have a bunch of stuff. I think it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be freaking crazy, and this is happening in what, like 28 hours, maybe 30 hours from now. Not too far away. It sounds like a lot until it's not. It sounds like a lot until it's not, guys. But yeah, like, let me know what you guys like think of these leaks, cause I have to take a leak, and I'll be right back. I will read your messages when I return. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me play some music. Dancing with no music. Dancing with no music. There you go. So it's not as boring. Bro, my parrot always climbs right behind my computer. Like right behind. Okay. Yes, we're doing a Marlow break. Yeah. Jess, we just ranked, like, wait, hold on, let me turn this down. We just ranked all of the characters based on the leaks we've been given. We don't have like images for like all of them right now yet, obviously, because again, like, these are just leaks. But we were reviewing essentially like all of like the characters and what they do from this leaker in Japan, and we were ranking them using my PvP knowledge and expertise and trying to assume and piece together what they could do. And now I will confirm these things when the freaking test comes out, because I got accepted, so it's gonna be fire. So yeah, fun stuff, dude. Fun stuff. But now I have something fun. I wanna show you guys. Hold on, let me download this image really quick. Why would they tell me to name it if I couldn't even download it then? As the name. LARP.com. Hold on, guys. Just renaming something. Alright. Okay, I'm very excited to show you guys I have something else in store for today. I have something else in store. I've been playing a lot of Mortal Shell, and I recently got into a build that I think is pretty strong, and I want to showcase that to you guys today. I've been streaming this for 2 hours already? Damn. Okay, yeah. I have made a build in Mortal Shell, and this build is kind of strong. This is doing bleed build up on both the gun and the melee weapon. And so the way bleed works is pretty comparable to Souls games, where when you build up the gauge, you will do a chunk of damage to the enemy. And I have found a build that allows me to do this pretty consistently using the harden deflecting method, as well as buffing both my weapon and my sidearm with blood. So I think it's going to be pretty fun. I think it's going to be a pretty unique way to play, because it does focus a lot on parry, since this is pretty resolve hungry. But it's a build that you can make pretty early on in the game. It's it's not too hard, and I have my transparent parrot to prove it to you. All right, let's start up the Mortal Shell. It is shelling time, guys. Hold on, give me a second. It is shelling time, guys. All right. Here we go. Huge. Oh, you know what? Gotta make a different thingy. Yo, where is my freaking thumbnail? My Photoshop is trolling me yet again. Like, every time I gotta do just like a really, really quick thing, it trolls me. I get trolled. Well, at least I'm glad that the production quality, I feel like it's going up for the streams recently. I mean, like, we have like this background now. We have chat popping up for when people talk. When will they talk? I don't know. But when they do talk, it is there. It is there. Don't trip. Bro, where is my freaking fracking thingy, dude? Okay, huge. 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 Huge! Huge for us. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're so back. Damn, Marls, bro, come on, dude. Is this even a PNG? Yo, what am I looking at? Top 5 worst images I've ever had to rip from a website. This is nothing like Fextra. Oh, this is Fextra Life. Why is it so ass? Bro, they just got this shit, bro. They said, you know what? Let's screw Wisdom over, guys. I don't think I like him too much. I'm like, damn, bro, like, why? And they're like, how do I put this? Your parrot sucks. They said it, Marlo, not me. They said it. This shit looks like ass. Cause like, why are they doing this to me right now? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Just to complete this quickly for time's sake. Right now, I just gotta update the thumbnail like really quick. So, grab your snacks, everyone. This is a snack break. Because we have some insane shelling to do. I'm gonna have to sweep all this up, bro. Like, Marlo literally just made my life hard for no reason. He's just, like, shedding. But to be fair, but they only do that when they feel comfortable. So, you know, like, you know, thanks. But also, screw you. Because all these freaking bird feathers I have to pick up later. Like, bro, lock in, gang. Here we go. Much better. Here we go. Bleed build. Yes, let's do bleed build. Well, also in the meantime, guys, like where are you right now in like in Mortal Shell? Like, where are you? I haven't had as much time to play, unfortunately, and I'm curious as to like where you guys are at. Supreme, what's going on, dude? We just ranked every single like character that has been talked about, like in Duskbloods, and ranked them based on like PvP experience and kind of like what we think the characters can be like. Now, of course, we don't have access to the game yet, but and it's all like alleged because again, it's like none of it could be true at all. But we did speculate, and it was quite fun, I'm not gonna lie. You will see it as a video pretty soon. Probably tomorrow, if not like later tonight. But right now what we're doing is I just made a bleed build in Mortal Shell 2, and I think you guys gotta see it for yourselves. Okay, we're doing... Okay, here we go. I'm just changing the thumbnail really quick. Let's see, there's supposed to be like 12. No, there's actually 14. 14 actually. Yeah, start editing, bro. I know, bro. Yo, I'm gonna be in the editing dungeon for a little bit. Not gonna lie, I will be in the editing dungeon, but there is some new tech. Recording videos while you're live is low-key the method. So me like talking as if I'm recording, because I'm like I am technically. That helps quite a bit. Wait, I like the orientation of this stuff. This kind of sucks. But yeah, it helps because at the very least, like, I don't have to do like a new like recording session. You know what I mean? It's just me live streaming, and then I also am recording at the same time. So I'm about to be done, and then we're gonna get into the game. But I've been liking Mortal Shell so far. I'm still sort of near like the demo place right now. I haven't really experienced too much outside of the demo area, but it's really fun, dude. It's really fun. Okay, let's change this thing now. All right, Mortal Shell time. Okay, see, Duskblood's really launching with more classes than Night Rain has after DLC. Why is he right when they're slandering your goat and they're low-key right? Ah, man. Bro, Night Rain has so much left in the tank, bro. Like, genuinely has so much left in the tank. It's actually a shame. I'm not even gonna lie. It's actually so sad to look at. But let's get into this Mortal Shell before I lose my mortal mind. Ooh, that was kind of fire. Alright, it's loading. And also, like, I'm just happy that stream quality, in my opinion, is like improving. We have this going on behind us while we don't have any game queued up immediately. I've been putting in the work, and I'm just very proud of like how far we've come from Night Rain days. Because like, even though like statistic wise the views have been lower, I feel like my skill has gone up. I feel like I'm paying attention more to pacing, delivery. I've been researching how to make, you know, like stronger, more like just better videos as I'm in school for film, just understanding film more and what keeps people's attention and getting better understanding of shorts. Like, I've been on my shorts game, guys. I don't know if you've been seeing. I've really been popping these shits out, like, you know, boom, boom. Like, I really have been trying my best to do 2 a day, which I actually need to post another one. It's on my computer. I'm gonna upload that to my phone right now as I speak. But yeah, like, I feel like we're making progress, even though views haven't been up. I feel like we're still doing, like, I think we're doing better for ourselves. Hi, Colbing. Streaming. Mortal Shell. Okay. 2 hours ago? Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I just... Yeah, I mean... Hey, man, yeah, I'll handle it, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You can end it now, you can start it back up later.
Mm.
Make it make sense. But it's like the guy needs it in 2 hours.
Hmm?
So the first thing you do is just keep working. Needs it in 2 hours. So I suggest
Okay.
streaming and handling stuff with Ryan so you can get more work and more fun.
That makes sense, that makes sense. Okay. Hold on. Where's this video? Oh, here it is. Okay. Chat, give me one more moment. I will be right back. I have to take a call. So the background graphic is what you see while being indoctrinated into a tech cult. Bro might be right. Bro might be right. Okay, I'll be right back, but I'll have music playing. So. Chat. We're back. Earth to chat. Hold on. Okay, can you guys hear me? Let me know. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, we're back and we're good to go. You survived? Huge. That's huge. He survived. Guys, he survived. Well, what did you survive? That's the next question. What did you survive? Mr. Oracle, we need to know. Okay, we're gonna boot up. I'm so tiny. Hold on. Oh no, I'm just zoomed in. Strange. Doctor Strange. Huge? Alright. I'd love to play with this music on, but probably not the move, right? Also, let me know, guys, like, did you see the community, like, announcement for the fact that, like, I was, like live? Oh, the intermission, okay. Okay, I just have to make sure. I just have to make sure. But, like, did you guys, like, see the fact that, like, I have a streaming schedule? Because, like, it's on my community post on YouTube. So, like, let me know if you guys saw it, because, like, I want that to be, like, a regular thing where people kind of know when I'm going to go live. So, like, let me know if you, like, just saw that I was live and then you joined, or if you, like, knew I was going to go live because of the streaming schedule and then you joined like that. Okay. Alright, where were we last? Oh, yo, bro. Tell me why I was playing, and then freaking I got attacked, but then they attacked the shopkeepers, and then they turned on me, bruh. They freaking turned on me. Like, dude. So I had to kill them, naturally. That post didn't get pushed, but just put the schedule at the end of your shorts for, like, oh, that's smart, that's smart, that's smart, that's smart. Wait, that's, oh, wait, that's so smart. Is Supreme Oracle the actual streamer? Am I just a LARPer? Am I just a LARPer? Okay, well, now you guys will know that I will be live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Saturday of this week. And a lot of it will be talking about the Dustbloods, so be there. Hold on. Huge. Okay, so we want to fight a boss. We're gonna fight a boss. Not just any boss, this area's boss. And I need to showcase to you guys how strong Bleed can be. Because the insane synergy we have going on right now, we have the Arbiter's Prize, which you can get very, very early, like the moment you warp to the location where you can get this shell, right? Consume 30 resolve to infuse your weapon with Blood Curse. Now, if we read what that does, deals massive damage when sufficient stacks are inflicted. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. But guess what else has this? We also have it on our sidearm. Consume 20 resolve to infuse your sidearm also with Blood Curse. Now, unfortunately, it will only inflict it on crit hits, but the fact that we have this both on the gun and our melee weapon is going to give us a lot more chances to be stacking Blood Curse, and when it procs, it will be doing chunk damage very similar to games you've probably played like Elden Ring and Dark Souls. So I will be showcasing to you guys just how strong this build can be in the early game, because in my opinion, it's going to get even stronger in the later game. Oh wait, we got this. Oh yeah, I forgot we got that. Oh yeah, and then we also have the Leech build too. Yeah, no, this game has like a lot of builds, I'm not gonna lie. This game has a lot of exciting and interesting builds. Okay, so this boss is wait, how do I warp against? Oh yeah, here we go. Seeping Mire, this is where we are. So there's actually 2 bosses we have to fight here, because this was in the demo. You know, don't get it twisted. This was in the demo. This whole area to explore and whatever. So I'm not too like worried, but you know, of course we just got to get through it. All right, boss number 1, where you at? Sheep demon. We'll slay you. Oh, you're not. Who are you? I think we leave. Oh no, let's get this Blood Curse. Huge. Triangle to lose him. Yep. Huge. There we go. And we get back our resolve the more we attack. So this is really just gonna benefit being aggressive, which is also why for the build you want to be using the Hardened Tar Stone, and that's because wait, no, not Tar Stone. Wait, hold on, I might have lied. Oh, okay, look, that is why you want to use Vatra's Seal, because what this does is the Harden skill. It says harden your body to withstand the next attack damage. Time it right to perfect harden, well, to perfect harden and deal break damage. Now, if this is as hard as me, what this is going to mean is that when you're attacking, you can activate Harden mid-attack frame. So you can keep building resolve as you keep attacking, do a perfect Harden, and then you're going to deflect their attack, build up break damage, and give yourself more opportunities to apply Blood Curse to your weapon. For that reason, I like it more than the Untarnished Seal, because this does not allow you to do perfect hardens or just block during your attack frames. You can repeatedly like block, it's not on a timer, but I feel like if you're playing this aggressive, you're gonna need to have Vatra's Seal to replenish the amount of resolve you're going to be burning, because it's gonna go through pretty quickly. So just to be aware. Alright, let's get this boss. I'm freaking poisoned, yo. No. Oh, I got this like summon thing that like summons a creature to help you. I haven't tried him though. Let's try him on the next guy. Guys, I'm scared. Isn't this the boss? Oh shit. Oh wait, I ran backwards. Oh my gosh. Wait, dude. Oh, leech stacks carry? Bro, look at how high my health is. Because I just have so many different leech stacks. Which is another build that I gotta talk about. Because you can just keep killing enemies and get rewarded by increasing your maximum health. Holy dodge. Top 5 dodge. Oh, back up, dude. Oh, my God. Bro, like, get me out of this corner. Getting touched. It's getting touched in Frankenstein in the back of the chicken. Until you get him a human. Like, back up, bro. Damn. Take 3. Hey, at least we didn't die, right? At least we did not die. Oh, I thought I ran off the cliff. They would have called me a fool. And I tell people who call me a fool to kiss my black foot. Alongside Marvel's character. Okay, we're just gonna... Alright, bro. It was never that easy to get. I don't require that level of attack. Another beacon, huge. Let's cleanse that like a little later. I kind of want to just get to the boss. I know there's one around here. I can smell him, you know. I have a pretty good sense of... Ah! The witches! There's evil afoot! There's evil afoot! Oh dear. Let's infuse that. Yeah. Yeah. I ran out of ammo. Wait, so you can actually just farm enemies and keep increasing your maximum health if you're really struggling with the area. That's actually a really good idea. Thanks, Wisdom. No problem, Wisdom. Alright, huge.
Thorns prick.
What am I supposed to do? I'll get the Munyon later. I'm not too broke. I got 3 bands on me. Here we go. This is where we... I think. Should be. Huge. Huge. Laterite. Excuse me, loser. Bye-bye. Ow, he hit me. He heard me. My mic was on. See, that was my problem. Quite the long run back, don't you think? Oh, a Taurus stone. I thought that was a weapon. Yo, wait. Where am I going? I thought I was going to the boss. Got 2 of those. I can't see. Where am I diving into? Stealth. Walk around a tree. I actually might be the goat. Smartest player in Mortal Shell 2. You're actually looking at him right now. And I lost all my stacks. Oh man. My maximum health. It's because I have this blinding light on me to like make the green screen good. So like I genuinely can't see sometimes. It gets worse if it's behind like a... Or like if the game I'm playing has a dark background. Which is kind of like what's happening right now. I think I was supposed to go this way. Oh, I was. Oh, I genuinely was, bro. I was supposed to go that way, huh? Alright, well, let's see the new Tar Stone I got. To leap high and plunge your weapon into the ground? What? Resolve cost reduced to 50? Okay, maybe I'm not mad I had a little detour. Maybe I'm not mad, you know. Maybe I'm not mad. Perhaps this is a good thing for us. For us, me and you, yes. Okay, so go back to where I was. Just because I want my souls, I don't want to lose that. 7 bands on me, bro. That's not cheap. I wish I could or I wish I could that could be how much I had in real life. You know, that'd be nice. I'd love to have 7 bands right now. What? Where's my money? Who took it? Someone took it. Explain yourself. It's like around here, right? Alright, you gotta stop. Wasn't it around here? Or am I bugging? Chat, I thought I got her like around here. Oh, you're not. Oh my gosh, the cancer fool. Ooh, double explosion. He's healing? Did I say you can heal? Ow. Why are my souls over here, bruh? 8 light years away. What the hell is going on? I'm not fighting out. take a hike. Take a hike, I said. Alright, huge. Oh, your man's into a poison? Oh, man's. Oh. Okay. It is time for the percolators. It is time for the percolator, aka the lamb boss. Yo, I could go for some lamb chops right now, actually. Alright. It's gonna reset. Marlo, are you ready? Oh, I did not mean to. Bro, you gotta be like locked in, because what if the ops sneak up on us? You too. You're over here getting scared from me asking him a question. Like, next thing you know, it's like a op comes up to him and tries to press him. What is he gonna do? Be like, I gotta look up where this guy's at. Kind of, not the lamb, but the lute. The lute. It's like the small like instrument that you can play. All right. Andiamo ragazzi. We leave this way, right? Yep. Huge. All right, so this is gonna be the bleed build against. This isn't the hardest boss in the world, but definitely a boss. Up, dude. Shepard, you ain't on shit, man. Us. I like how each time he gets hit. Oh, well, this is doing great damage to him. Got it. Stop with your puppetry, bruh. Huge. 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 Oh my gosh! What do they feed these animals? I'm being possessed. Chat, help me. Here we go. Give me back my freaking shell, yo. I like how when he gets hit, he's like making food noises. Oh yeah, let me use my summon. Where'd he go? Wait, I want to see more, bro. Yo, did you see that? I like summoned something crazy. I swear on your life, guys, he did not have this moveset in the beta. Bro, that sheep is crazy. Where you going? Where you going? Oh, weave. Okay. Just need a couple shots. Put a shot in him. Damn it. Hold on. Hold on, this is doable. This is doable. Doable. Doable, like I said. Huge for us. Huge win. Huge win. Sheephead totem. What does this do? Turns you into a sheep. Alright. I can't even turn into a parrot. Turn into a fucking sheep. GG's, bro. Why? Wait, why would you want to do this? Like, genuinely, why would you want to be a sheep? Can someone explain that to me in the chat? Wait, is this not the right area to go? Oh, I'm wildin'. This did kind of feel like a side path. Okay, so... What? Bro, what? Why? There's gonna be challenge runs of like, can you beat the game as a dumbass sheep who can't do anything? You can dodge. You can't even heal. And you can always transform into this. Why would I want to do this to myself? Well, this sucks. Oh yeah, I got this, which is crazy. I get this guy to help me. Like what? Me and Twin are looking crazy. See, look at us in our ethereal form, being etheric and shit. Aww, aww, we're bonding. We're healing. Oh, he's actually walking. Oh, my fault. I wasn't ready. Oh, he does one attack. Oh, okay. Wow. Wait, all that for one attack though? I don't know. I'd rather like get more resolve or something. But still, cool. Alright, where is this, like, Big Bertha girl? I like, low-key forgot where she was at, chat. I thought it was after the sheep guy, isn't it? Her? They, them? Whoever? Because, like, I remember it being, like... Oh, the door. You would have to break the door. I lied. Okay. Oh, it's a squeeze to the door. Okay, got it. See, I knew my brain had some just remember a teensy-weensy little thing. Alright. Let's see how this bleed build fares. You weren't here before.
You've come far.
Actually, you
The
might have been.
matron will not be pleased.
Can I shoot him? Close your eyes, Marlo. Okay. I got scared. But I did want to test it. Etching needles? What that mean? Oh, okay. Some shit. Okay, you guys ready? This is the bleed build against the boss of the demo. Huge. Is there more or is that death? Who the fuck is Smirt? Bro, who are you? Random guy. Yep. Mind you, game never talks about this guy, never mentions him, just summons Smirt. Did I do it? Like... Oh. Oh, shit. My man. My fault. Wait, Shell summoned? So how'd that work? How'd that work? How'd that work? Okay, maybe it'll be like the spirit of Smirt, whatever. Maybe it'll be like the spirit of Smirt. Oh, you see the fit? Oh shit! You see the drip? Oh. These are what the viewers look like who don't subscribe. Do you want to look like that? Don't think so. Fix that now. Holy Helga. If there's ever been a person named Helga, it would be this woman. Oh, Smirt! blood curse back up. Oh my freaking small random kid. You're making me waste my hits on you, dude. Stop. Okay. How do I activate Harden and then I get hit? It may look over, but it's actually like not that bad. Ew. What? What hit me? Wait, no, actually, wait, no, actually, like, what hit me? Wait, no, genuinely, what hit me? All right, bro. Holy aura. We see the pose, bro. Okay, maybe the gun with blood curse might be the next method. Yeah, no, this boss is like a little tricky. You really gotta like, you're burning through a lot of resolve. I mean a lot. Because not only do you need to like use your self buff, but you also need to be using your triangles as well to kind of like evade certain hits, but that's only if you want to. This boss doesn't really have a lot of attacks you can parry, so it's kind of unfortunate in that regard. Help me out, Smirt. Show me what to do. Oh my Smirt. Best idea I've had, and I haven't had a lot of good ideas, but I've had some good ones, and that shit just pissed me off because what the hell was that attack, bro? Like, oh my god. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Me and Smirt will lock it. Actually, I think Smirt is holding me back. Like, I hate to be the one to say it, but I think Smirt is holding back our potential damage. Think about how let the summons work. No, this isn't the beta, no. No, this is the full game, bro. This is the full game, sir. I'm using a blood build that, in theory, would proc bleed a lot, but this boss in particular does not allow us to get a lot of resolve. So I'm really trying to, like, gauge my hits properly. Now, thankfully, this buff, from what it looks like, does not, like, run out unless you attack people. So I'm trying to, like, use that as leverage. Smurf, screw you. We buff before we actually enter the arena. Oh my god, point blank. Oh my, point blank. She's attack canceling. She's animation canceling. Okay. I gotta like wait for that. Maybe buff on this window. is so loud. What the hell? No one in chat told me. Why? I thought we were friends. No one told me that my audio was cooked. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. Alright. Yeah. Alright. You know, the audio was a little rough. I think that's why we were dying, in all honesty. I think we were dying just because, like, the audio was just not good. But now, think about it. Think about it. The audio's better. That means we have to perform better. That's just what that means. Alright. That means on this attempt, we have to win. Because, like, we adjusted the problem, and now it's good. Oh, a little animation cancel. You see, that's a little tech. I almost stayed asleep, and I'm here for 10 more minutes. Anyway, I think that big guy is friendly. Who, this like hunk of a woman? Oh, wait, this might be method. Oh, this is method. Oh, so we can actually avoid that, and then we get hit. No, I'm joking. Oh, that's the fire one. Okay. Okay, we get a hit in. Oh! She's attack canceling everything. She doesn't care. She's animation canceling everything. So that's okay. We are stacking blood curse on her. Oh, that's a really easy sidestep, actually. Get that back up and running. What is happening? Genuinely, what is happening? Huge. What is even happening? Okay, we got the gloom at least. Okay, huge, we got the gloom. We gotta keep up this buff, no matter what. Bro. She doesn't stop. She just doesn't stop. Bro, she's animation canceling. I swear on your life. Bro, she's animation canceling. Do you not hear those freaking like audio cues? She's animation canceling. I can't even block that attack either. Bro. Nah. Okay, we really gotta like lock in here. She's animation canceling. I think this is like a little, I'll say worse, only because she has a new attack that she can like cancel the animation from. And so it makes it really like ambiguous as to like what she's doing. But I think that with the blood curse, I think I could probably get this done. Buff here. Triangle. So she doesn't know where we're at. Oh, I'm supposed to do it after she had it. Which makes more sense in hindsight. Bro, like, where's my attack window? I didn't even get a sign she was doing some shit. Bro, what? Bro, what? Oh, I have to counter the animation cancel mod. Okay. Yeah, no, that actually makes sense. It's the fact that I can't block. Makes it a problem. Bro, she's genuinely canceling on my shit, bro. Bro, she's genuinely animation canceling. Are you guys seeing this? I think they gotta fix that. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen a boss cancel its own animation to then go into another attack that you can't react to. Okay, maybe we buff our weapon and the sword in advance, so we can kind of like do both. All right, so boom. Let's I'm gonna buff my weapon here, as well as the gun, and see how that fares. All right. You can't see me. How'd you even do that? Oh, I got no shots on me, which in hindsight makes a lot more sense. Bro, on my life, she's animation canceling. Bro, like, what the hell is that? Chat, I hope I'm not like making excuses, but like, bro, do you see that? I've never seen a round lady ride a rocket lawnmower, so this game must be built different. Yeah. Hey, maybe her rocket lawnmower has like built-in animation canceling tech. If that's the case, then like I apologize, dude. You know? Like, I think I just didn't understand your game and who you were. I think that's on me. But what we do have is we have a way to restore our resolve. I think we buff both the gun as well as the weapon, and then we drink the potion. So we can actually like shoot at least a bullet. Because this uses like a pretty good amount of resolve. There we go. Okay. You don't even know where I'm at, bruh. What the hell is going on? Okay. I wasn't even next to her. What the hell is that? Okay, let me just get my weapon. Or not my weapon, I mean my soul. Oh my gosh. Shai doesn't care, bro. Rolls into me menacingly. You know, maybe there's levels to this. Okay, I'm gonna give myself until 11:30. If I don't get it, then GG's, bro. Give myself till 11:30. I swear she's harder now because I haven't seen her animation cancel before. Like, that's actually some new tech. I don't think the gun is the method. I think we literally just gotta keep our weapon buffed and then just match it with our triangle. And then like once she gets stunned, we do like a max R2 or something. I think that's the only way we get like any real damage. Okay, chat. Here we go. Or maybe we get Smirt. Okay, we'll revisit the Smirt idea. Smirt. Do your thing, I'm getting my souls. Okay, perfect. Oh, I caught that whole exhaust, bro. Huge. Guess hit this buff real quick. Oh my, what the hell is going on? What? Nah, that was crazy. Okay. Okay. Still have Blippers going. Okay, alright, children. Gotta go stealth here for a second. Just have to buy time. It's a good thing these things get killed in one hit. Okay, I guess I do too. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay. Even when I was hard, they killed me? What do you want me to do? Genuinely, what do you want me to do? Wait, no, genuinely, what do you want a brother to do? If they're killing me in my state that allegedly keeps me protected, I don't know what you want from me, bro. Okay, look, I'm gonna try another option. Okay, we're gonna try this ability. Too bad, hurting your minions. Have to get harder. You're right, Supreme. You see, I like the way you think. This is why. See, this is why. It's like we get each other, right? Yeah. No, I wish that like hurting the babies like went towards your thing for sure, bro. For sure. Consume 70 resolve. Okay. L2 and R2. This is like an ultimate. So I'm just gonna buff, and then I'm going to hope for the best. All right. I can't yell her wild, but it's the truth though. Okay, read that. Oh my gosh! I couldn't react to that. That was instant. How does she know where I am when I'm invisible? Get a little two-hit in. Bro, she's looking at me while I'm invisible. What do you mean she knows where I am? I'm dead. Oh my goodness gracious. I must say, this is top 5 worst bosses that I've ever had like this. Bro, look! She doesn't even know what attack she wants to do. This is incessant. She was stunned! What do you mean she shot me? That was crazy. Out of everything I've actually complained about, that was the worst shit I've ever... You saw that? Nah, that was actually the worst thing I had to face. Genuinely shot me when she was stunned. Nah, that... Who programmed that boss? Like, actually, please, bro. Have you ever fought this boss? Like, the person who programmed this, have you fought this boss? That was just the worst. That was the worst, most egregious example of what I'm talking about. She just cancels everything she does. Literally everything she does. I don't know what you want me to do at that point. My window of attacking her, you mean I'm still not safe? GG's. Oh, why is she still attacking? She doesn't even know where I am. There's no reason for her to attack. There's no reason for her to attack. She doesn't even know where I am. Okay. Instant punish. Now, I wouldn't be upset if I could block these things, but the fact that I can't... Like, bro, what the hell is that? I'm dead. Okay, I'm gonna, like, stop talking and, like, really focus up. This is now focused wisdom. I'll try applying it on my gun. Why is she doing She doesn't even know the moves she want to do, bro. She's never done that before. Move alert. Bro, she's genuinely looking at me while I'm moving. I swear on your life. Now. Oh, whoa! Oh, shit! Wait! Okay. Eat that, children. Okay, that was huge for us. Oh, I don't like that. No, stop it. Oh, hey, that's a free hit, free hit, free hit. You know, back up, back up, back up. Huge. Wait, no, she's actually almost dead. Chat, 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 we did it! Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go! No, the gun was the method. Magdalena's memento. That's how we gonna do it. We gonna shoot the kid. Oh. My time was almost up. I almost said something. But we did it, though. Consume 100 resolve to rise into the air and release a flurry of ruthless strikes. Thank you, Magdalena's method. Oh. We did it. Okay, so it's nice that the build has 2 different modes you can play it in, because I feel like the gun was a little bit better there when I realized I couldn't parry her to keep my resolve meter up. So I just opted to get the small hits in when I could to build up my resolve, to then make use of the blood curse on my gun. Now I feel like this helped me to get the win part and partially because I couldn't parry her, but I think overall that this build has really good options for you to mix up your playstyle based on the enemy you're fighting. Are you playing against someone who you can't really parry? You might want to infuse your gun. If you can parry them, then the Arbiter's Prize will give you a good bang for your buck. I appreciate you guys watching the video so much. Subscribe to see more Mortal Shell 2 content, and let me know in the comments what you would like to see me talk about next. Okay. Okay, chat, that was the video. Yeah, no, that was... Yo, I almost got upset, bro. Yo, well, no, I was upset. That was freaking crazy. But, yo, dude, freaking... That boss needs to be looked at. Like, I'm not gonna lie. All the time she, like, canceled her animation on me was, like, wild. But, yeah, no, that was crazy, chat. But with that, I'm gonna head out now, guys. I appreciate you being with me for the Duskbloods tier list and the Mortal Shell Blood build. So, I enjoyed it a lot. And just to, like, reiterate, I do feel like Duskbloods has a really, really high chance to succeed if they implement covenants correctly, because we've seen before in Dark Souls 1, the Gravelord Servants Covenant was one of, if not the most unique online interaction experiences we've had from a From Software game. The ability to infect other people's worlds with black phantoms and make it harder for them to progress, and then they need to invade you to stop the tragedies happening in their world. Phenomenal concept. Actually phenomenal. Peak Bird cinema. We've seen it here. If they can replicate something like that, or even get different concepts, different ideas, like the Blades of the Dark Moon, Gravelord Servants, what's that one? Spears of the Church. If we can get different ideas that people enjoyed and make them into the whole gameplay experience and give players a reason to keep coming back to the game for online interactions, I think Duskbloods has the chance to really outshine From Software's other games in terms of having longevity for giving an experience that players want to keep coming back to with the online. So that's just my rhetoric on Duskbloods as a whole. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Supreme, Princess Darkmoon, Brophades, Jess, Oddspace, Majin Buu. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. It's been real. And we have the Duskbloods literally tomorrow, dude. Tomorrow, bro. Just watch out for the